man right here.
You already know. Let me get my mic set up. Pause. You know what I mean? Hold on. Let me get straight. You know what I mean? Let me get straight. Yo, welcome to the Zone Sports Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? Of course, on one half for the host, your boy Big V. You know what I mean? You see my guy over there. I'm gonna let him introduce himself today. Let him know who you be, my G.
Yo, it's your boy COOL. Always wondering what the hell. It's your boy Corey. Never, I promise, ever telling the same old tired story. It's your boy Cool C. Never, and I mean not ever, dated a floozy, at least in my mind. Yo, for those out there in YouTube land, we got to sign up for you out back. It's your boy Corey Big Vito. What's happening, man?
I think we might have to change that line about you never dated a floozy. You kind of dating a floozy, fucking with these 49ers. But we're gonna
Yeah,
move on.
yeah,
We're gonna we're gonna just surpass all that, you know what I mean? And,
yeah.
and just let that be where it need to be.
Can I tell you a quick tidbit real
Of
quick before we
course.
We have not beaten the Kansas City Chiefs since 2014.
Really?
We have not beaten the Kansas City Chiefs since Patrick Mahomes has been the quarterback, and I want to say that was back in 2017 or something, because he sat for a year.
He did.
We have not beaten them in exhibition nor Super Bowl.
That
But
is
I
crazy.
am kind of floozed out right now. Yeah.
I didn't know that, Corey.
I didn't know that till today. I looked it up.
Wow.
I say that because we're favored by a point and a half, which for all practical purposes is a pick 'em if you gamble. But I'm like, how and why in the hell are we favored by a point and a half? It got to be because we playing at home. That's the only thing I can think of. But
You
I
know,
don't know.
I'm
I would love to be wrong.
I would hate to have to come through Kansas City to get to the Super Bowl, man. And
Yeah.
man, like uh, yeah, because y'all are not in the same division, right? No?
No. No, no,
Okay.
no. They're in the AFC West. We're in the
Right.
NFC. So two totally conferences. So we wouldn't even have
Right,
to worry
right.
about them unless it's the Super Bowl. In
True.
regard
That's
to
true. That's true. And they're gonna obviously probably be there. You know what I mean? The way things are looking, as Future would say, the way things going. I don't know, man. I want to stay right here because I'm glad you said what did you say about being at home? What did you say about that?
the point and a half, Vegas got us by a point and a half because we're playing at home.
I want to stick right there and transition right there to playing at home because we got to talk about the Timberwolves versus the New York Knicks who played at home in the preseason game. Corey,
Yeah.
listen, man, listen. Man, I'm gonna just get right to it. For those that don't know, the Timberwolves and the Knicks played last week preseason game. Let me tell you, if you missed it, you missed a smoker. They was out there playing like this was a championship game or playoff game. It was unbelievable. The energy in that game was what I'm looking forward to next week. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the NBA season kicks off next week. Corey, we here with the NBA back,
Can
Corey.
I hit him with the air horns?
Please
Pew, pew,
do.
pew, pew. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh,
Love the NBA. Love
love
the
the
NBA.
NBA. They know it, Corey. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and just be honest, yo. Look, I came on this podcast a couple weeks ago and I said, yo, I don't know how Cat is gonna fit within the New York Knicks system. Look, I saw flashes in the preseason. Listen, I had questions about him being tough enough to even suit the NYC Bills. Yo, my questions are answered. Yo, if the preseason is any implication of how this man is going to be going out there and giving his all and fitting the New York build and the New York toughness as we were questioned a couple weeks ago, yo, listen, man, we don't have to question no more. Carl Anthony Towns is built for this shit. Yo, man, he was out there hooping and banging and didn't look soft paws. He was going out there and looking like he is made to be in a New York Knicks jersey, yo. And listen, I'm not a New York Knicks fan. Y'all know I rep Lakers. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Yeah.
Yo, he looked like he's ready to take on the grit and the criticism and whatever else comes along with putting on that New York Knicks jersey. Corey, he looked good shooting that three in that New York Knicks jersey. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. He looked
Yeah.
good. He looked good grabbing the rebounds and letting out a little bit of emotion after the fact. Yo, I like that. And listen, don't get it fucked up. DiVincenzo looks great in that Timberwolves jersey. The Timberwolves going to be a problem. Listen, that chemistry between him and Anthony Edwards, yo, man, that's gonna be something to watch. That is gonna be something to watch, yo. But I gotta give props on both ends. Yo, Karl Anthony Towns is in my opinion, he's ready for the season to start. I think he know he got something to prove with putting that jersey on. And ain't he from New York?
I think he is from New York.
So now he back home, you know what I mean? You know, you got your boys in here. Oh, you back home. Now what you gonna do? You gonna bring a chip to the city. You know what I mean? They question your grit card. And what you gonna do? So I think he got a lot to prove, not only to the city, but I think he's wanting to prove something to himself that he can handle this challenge, man. And I like DiVincenzo talking shit to the Knicks players while after he's scoring. I like all Corey. Listen, I like Anthony Edwards taking on the one-on-one responsibility with him and Jason Brunson. I see one play. Jason Brunson was trying to back Edwards down. Edwards ain't go for no fake. Brunson tried to fake like 3-4 times. Edwards stood his ground, and then not only that, after he shut him down on the play, he sat there and screamed on Brunson like it was a playoff game, Corey. I fuck with that energy. Yo, I'm looking forward to this matchup in the Eastern Conference, no matter when they play. Preseason, regular season, playoffs. Corey, this is in my opinion, this may be the new rivalry, man. What are your thoughts, man?
It can be. Let me tell you something, man. This game here caught me with my pants down.
Yeah.
No pause, okay? Because, for one, I pop in and out of preseason. I'm like, yo, it's preseason. Like
Same. I was too busy watching the WNBA games, bro. The playoffs.
Right.
And real quick, salute to the ladies, man. Salute to the WNBA.
To the ladies.
You know what I mean?
So I'm with you. I was watching the WNBA with the Liberty and the Lynx or whatever, and that's an incredible match. We could do a separate one on that one. And so I got this game on the iPad. I got the WNBA on the big screen, right? And I'm like, yo, what is Dante DiVincenzo screaming at Jalen Brunson's dad? What is that? Whoa, what's about to get restricted? So I cut up the volume on the iPad. My wife is a huge Dante DiVincenzo fan.
Okay.
And I'm like, yo, what's up with your man? Like, I'm like, yo, wait a minute. They kind of put some context to this. Dante DiVincenzo was in the wedding of Jalen Brunson.
Right.
They are, I don't know if they're best friends, but they're good friends. And if your wedding was like mine's like yours, or anybody else, your groomsmen, you're pretty close with them. And I'm just trying to think, if I had a problem with my brother from another's dad, would I take it there?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But then let's peel back the layer on this. It is rumored, it is alleged that Jalen Brunson's daddy, and I'm sorry for forgetting his name, was one of the ones who put the bugs in Thibodeau's ear to say, yo, we need to get Big Cat. We need to get Big Cat. So was it directly his dad stating that, yo, Dante needs to be off the team? Not necessarily. But obviously, if you're bringing in the Big Cat, somebody got to go. And he was one of the people that had to go, along with Randall and whatever. So the way Dante tells it was that he was blowing smoke towards Tibbs. Well, Jalen Brunson's father, that's his boss. Yo, man, don't talk to my guy like that. Like, I know who you are, but don't talk to my guy like that. Dog, I won't even talking to you. No, I won't even talking to you. But I'm talking to you now, young man. Jalen Brunson got to get in between them and say, yo, man, look, I'm going to let you live. I would have taken what you mean I'm going to let you? You going to let me live towards what? You need to tell your daddy to calm down. But dog, don't you be talking about my daddy like this game caught me off guard in so many ways. Because you're right. I got to look up when the next time they're playing. Because this ain't normal. This ain't, dude, there is some heat. Dante states that he don't have any ill will towards the Knicks for being traded. That may or may not be true. All I know is that he shouted at Brunson's daddy, "Oh, this is what happens when they let you run things." Shots. I recall, Big B. I recall. So you talking about between that going on? I'm with you. I was like, let's see what Big Cat gonna do.
Yeah.
Big, as you already stated, beasted. You know what I'm saying? 16 points, crazy. I mean, I'm just like, yo, and the intensity, like you said, I'm just echoing what you're saying at this point. I'm like, I don't know about him being in New York. Is he ready for New York? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
All questions is if he can keep that intensity, because the little bit that I do know about New York Knicks fans, man, that's it may be big old New York, but they just as blue collar as they come.
Right.
You see, if you do right there, you would get treated like a king for the rest of your career, i.e. Carmelo Anthony, whether you win them a ship or not. Because you know what they want to see? They want to see that effort. They want to see you getting fired up. You can have everything in New York that you want, big dog. This is incredible. This is incredible. I got to look at it next time they play, Big V. Because I'm telling you, it will not catch me off guard ever again.
Ever again. Ever again. I'm so locked into this, Corey. And, you know, like you said, this is intense, man. This is intense. But, you know, what's not intense to me, Corey?
Yeah.
Is Devontae Adams to the Jets. I'm gonna just jump right into it. You see, I'm the segue guy. You like how I segue that, Corey? I'm the segue guy. Listen, man, bro. All that's been on my fucking TV is Devontae and Aaron Rodgers linking back up. Oh, this is the guy for him. This is the one from 2014 to 2021. They hooked up for 51, 52 touchdown passes. Dog, oh, this is going to be great. This is the guy that make him look the best. Corey, are we really impressed? Like, are we really impressed by this trade? Corey,
No.
what are your thoughts, man? Like, what's up?
You know what? Impressed is definitely not the word that I would use, because here's my thing. Is Devontae Adams is going to help Greg Zuerlein kick the missed field goals that he missed this past Monday night any better? Is Devontae Adams is going to be the pass rusher that Hassan Reddick was supposed to be on defense? Oh, no. Oh, because he plays offense. Oh, okay. You know, the thing about this is that I don't understand why he's going there. I don't. He was him and Aaron Rodgers was the reason that he wanted to get out of Green Bay. Why? Because he was uncertain that Aaron Rodgers wanted to be there anymore, whether he was going to retire, whether he wanted to go to another team. And it's like, yo, I can't re-up and get my bread if you're not going to be here. So I'm super duper uncertain. Well, I would like to ask you and the audience and anybody else who's listening to this fine podcast, what's changed? Do we know if Aaron Rodgers is going to play next year? Injury aside, do we know that for a fact? No, we don't. So you want your money. Well, guess who's going to get paid before you do, Mr. Adams? Aaron Rodgers. No discount double check for you, my friend. So if he's doing this as a 1-year deal, which I think that he is, all right, I guess it don't hurt anything because you're not going anywhere with the Raiders. All right, I'm fine. I'm just surprised he went there. I really am. You know what, and I wouldn't like this, but I could even see him potentially going to Dallas before going to the Jets. I was extremely surprised by that. What say you? That one,
Corey, I'm not, again, this means nothing to me. Now people want to talk playoffs. They want to talk playoffs. Now, playoffs? You want to talk playoffs now? You Jets fans want to talk playoffs? Yo, stop. You niggas is 2-4 right now. Right? No? Somewhere like that? Y'all have a losing record right now.
got rid of Robert Saleh, who is the catalyst for that defense. So your defense is ready to suffer too.
Is it safe to say LeBron James and Aaron Rodgers are almost the same guy in different sports when it comes to coach killing? No?
You can argue that. Yeah,
you can argue that. You can argue that, right?
You definitely argue that. That's not a bad argument at all. This is coming from a LeBron James fan.
Right. I mean, because much like um Aaron Rodgers, LeBron got Darvin Ham up out of there. And
Yep.
oh, by the way, I think he probably got Frank Vogel out of there.
You can argue that.
And here this guy is getting Salehi, whatever his name. I don't know the guy's name, pardon me. But you got the
Yeah, Robert
latest.
Sala got him up out of
Yeah,
there.
you got him up out of there. No matter what you say in the press, like
He
stop.
had nothing to do with it, Big V. He said he
And,
wanted to let you know he ain't had nothing to do with it.
of course, you know what, man? I'm seeing a trend within quarterbacks that come out of Green Bay. They don't never have shit to do with nothing. Same way Brett Favre ain't got nothing to do with that money that stuff from people. And now
Ain't
you
got nothing
got
to do with that.
and now you got Alzheimer's, dementia, whatever you got going on. I digress though. You know, I digress. I digress. Cool. Whatever you say, Brett Favre. But yo, I'm not impressed. I don't care about this trade. It's been all over the news. I could care less about Devontae Adams, no disrespect, going to the Jets. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to change the offensive line. It's,
No.
it's not going to change, which is the biggest thing. You're not going to be
Yes.
able to get the ball out if your offensive line is trash. It's their butt. That whole organization is butt. It's nothing. It's going to be nothing doing. Nothing is going to come out of this. You know what I
Nothing.
mean? I just don't. Just typical Aaron Rodgers bullshit. Bullshit news. And no,
And
and salute to Devontae. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's bullshit news because of you,
no, it's a
but
situation.
situation. That's it.
You know, real quick before we move on, Big V, I told my wife and I, we had this conversation of like just fandom with sports teams, right? And you don't really have to worry about so much of it in college because you got the recruiting aspect and this, that, and the third. But in professional sports, it is a different animal. Yes, you root for your team. Yes, you root for athletes on the field. But you know who else you need to root for? The front office. Because let me tell you something, and I tell all my friends that are diehard Carolina Panthers fan, y'all in as long as David Tepper is your owner of that team,
It's
y'all are
over.
going nowhere
It's
real
over.
fast.
It's over.
Long as Woody, I think his name Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets, with him being super impulsive, that firing should not have happened. From what he say, he walked in, had Robert Saleh, former defensive coordinator, come back to the 49ers if you want to. We get rid of our DC for you, Robert Saleh, if you want. Had him escorted out by security.
By security.
And Aaron Rodgers said he didn't do well. You know what? You don't necessarily have to say, "Oh, I want him fired" to imply. I.e., Anthony Davis with Darvin Ham after that playoff loss. Man, I just don't feel like we was prepared on that last play. I had no idea what we was doing. Well, who was that a direct reflection on? Outside of yourself? Oh, that's the coach. Just that passive aggressiveness. You know, you thought these little breadcrumbs out there and stuff like that. You know, you're challenging Robert Saleh with the cadence issue that happened a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff. And I'm like this. With Robert Saleh, if you really want to be technical, this is his first year coaching Aaron Rodgers. His first year. What are you expecting to do with Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
Now, you could argue. Now, here's what I will argue in Woody Johnson's favor. You did draft Zach Wilson. That's on you, right? I give you that. But the past is the past, and the present is the present. If you're a Jet fan, if you're any type of me being a 49ers fan, no, we may keep getting smoked to Kansas City. We may not ever win another Super Bowl again in my lifetime. I hope that's not true. But one thing that I always got faith in is the ownership of Jed York, the general manager, John Lynch, and the head coach, Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
And even those guys may be gone eventually. I mean, I'm not sitting in a hot seat or nothing like that, but just eventually people retire, people move on, and sometimes the locker room gets stale. But as long as that owner is there, he's going to make sure that we got the right pieces in place. Another quick thing, what we did with John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan was extremely new at the time. Now you're starting to see people doing it. Normally they let the GM hire the head coach and all this stuff. No. We're going to hire you both, and y'all both are going to be a tag team. Ain't nobody getting rid of nobody. Y'all both play nice, and we're going to give you a 6-year contract. Bye-bye. Let's go make it work. And no, we don't have a Super Bowl. Got it. But man, we're still a winning franchise, bro.
Yeah.
And that's all you want out of an organization.
Yeah. Speaking of organization, man, Yo, Kawhi Leonard just seems so fed up with his organization. Corey, did you see the clip of my guy Kawhi Leonard after in the press after they had the game or practice the day before or a few minutes before he was interviewed whenever it was. Um, if you didn't see it, y'all, it's a clip going around where Kawhi is asked about um the progress basically of his new teammates. And good old Kawhi, inspirational fashion. And of course, I'm joking because if you know Kawhi, he's never inspirational. He
Yeah.
said, yo, I'm not impressed by anybody that's new on this team. And I know that it doesn't seem, that um bodacious, if you will, by me saying it. So I'm going to take this time out real quick and play the clip.
New additions we have from, Chris Dunn to Derrick Jones Jr. To some of the young guys that we brought in and with Kai Jones last year, and just seeing, how they could develop. So just watching them from day one to day two to day three, just seeing their progression. But nobody stood out to me so far.
All right. Now that y'all have seen the clip, do you see what I'm saying? Like, Corey, this man has to be the most non-emotional athlete, and I do mean athletes across all genres. He has to be the most non-emotional athlete that I've ever witnessed in my life, Corey. Like, and one day we're gonna have this discussion whether Kawhi Leonard is over or underrated. We're really gonna have that talk. You know what I mean? That may be next pod. I don't know. That would be great for next pod, being the fact that the season kicks off next week. But Corey, what disrespect by Kawhi Leonard by looking dead at the camera and saying, uh, uh, I ain't really see nobody that impressed me. Not like that. Corey, that was crazy, yo. What was your thoughts when you said? Because my thoughts was like, dude, I bust out laughing so hard because
Yeah.
I didn't expect anything less from Kawhi, man. I really
Yeah.
didn't.
I didn't know about this until you had it on the show notes today. And I looked it up.
It's bad. It was bad.
And this reminds me of my dad used to, as a youngster, I always respected kind of like the quiet people more. And I will always be like an advocate for them to kind of speak a little bit more. Like, dude, you're not letting people see how great you are because you don't fucking talk. You don't talk. You need to talk more. And my dad said, son, everybody don't deserve a microphone. Everybody don't need to be asked questions all the time. I'm a circle back, I promise. One of my favorite players, if not my favorite player of all time, is Jerry Rice. And you rarely ever heard a peep from him while he played. He'll give you the cliche, hey, man, we work hard, we play hard, man, we played a hell of a team over there, blah, 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 blah. And it was just a certain amount of mystique with Jerry Rice. Oh, but the retired Jerry Rice. I have to separate the retired Jerry Rice from the Jerry Rice who was in the uniform. Because when I tell you this dude is grumpy, he has a lot to say, and you better stay off his lawn. I'm like, yo, Jerry, we know you one of the ghosts, dog, but damn.
Yeah.
And so circling back to Kawhi, it all started with that weird laugh that he had. And I'm like, well, a few years ago, it was funny. And it's like, yo, man, that's Kawhi Leonard, man. You talking about, the three-time champion, MVP. Kawhi does this. And you know what?
He's stale as fuck, man. He's stale as fuck.
He's still as a 38-week-old potato chip that's been left out the bag since 1974. I know my math ain't adding up. But anyway. And, he should be banned from answering any questions, and reporters should be banned from asking them, because let me tell you something, man. I know he's not happy about Paul George leaving. Now, I would argue, how much did you do to keep him there? Or was it because of the injury? Well, you are going to be missing the rest of the preseason. Per Sports Center yesterday, That's normally par for the course this time of year. No shit, we know that already. It may not be available for the season opener. Sounds like Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray, if you ask me, but that's just only if you're asking. Since nobody is asking. Now, the teammates. If I'm a teammate, man, and I see that, I'm like, F you, dog.
Yeah.
F you. Like, dog, we know you the man. Like, what's understood don't need to be spoken. Kawhi's not a guy who just goes out and just tout how great he is. He doesn't. He doesn't do anything. But you mean to tell me, being that you only speak 2 words a year, that's what you got to say? Are you helping us become better? Are you helping us, Mr. Leonard, help get on your level? How much are we practicing outside? Oh, well, you can't because you're always injured. So being that you can't do too much physically, Mr. PUP, physically unable to perform, pause, no pause, take that however you want to take it, whatever. Can you at least be a cheerleader for us and help us? And look, for all I know, maybe he is doing that. I haven't seen it, but then again, the mystique is so great, you don't see anything. So all we have to go off of Big V is what we hear. Yo, I'm not impressed. What are you not impressed by? We're in the NBA too. What are you talking about?
And
that's your leadership?
And we've seen his leadership. And let's not get it fucked up. We've seen his leadership when he was out injured. He was trying to lead shit in the fucking booth watching the damn game. You wasn't even on the sideline. You might got on his ass, pause about that. You was in the booth. And granted, you might have had your kids with you and all that, but bro, sometimes you gotta have the kids on the sideline with the nanny or a caretaker or whatever you have and you have your ass on the sideline in the trenches with your team, not in the skybox and all that. Like, what are you talking about? What are you, dog? Dog, dude is dumb corny, bro. He's dumb corny, dumb stale.
Wow, dude.
Like, and again, like you say, we gotta stop putting a microphone in front of him, bro. Like, dog, we just gotta stop. Like, we have to stop. Like, really stop. He don't have nothing to say. Everything that comes out of his mouth is stale. It seems a little off. I don't know what is going on, bro. Like, and for the life of me, I can't even think. I can't even just fathom the fact that Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and James Harden have went entirely nowhere. That has to be one of the top 5 disappointments in NBA history, and that's up there with KD and James Harden and Kyrie not putting together a championship. That is up there with that. Like, that is one of the most failed big threes. Both of them top 5 failed big threes of all time.
You know what? That is real interesting you say that, because you know what? The Miami Heat run with LeBron, Bosh, and Wade.
Yeah.
They get criticized. Well, of course they was going to win. Of course they was going to win.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not an of course. It's not an of course.
But you know what? It ain't that easy. You're 100% correct. KD try to remix it with Brooklyn, and they try to do the same thing with the Clippers. It ain't work.
It ain't work, man. It ain't work.
That's a real good point.
Speaking of work, we got to salute Vince Carter, Chauncey Billups, and Doug Collins, ladies and gentlemen, for making it into the Basketball Hall of Fame, baby. Yes, sir. We got to get some human air horns for these 3 guys, you know what I mean? For those that don't know, Doug Collins, legendary coach, you know what I mean? He also played as well, right, Corey?
Yes.
You know what I mean? We for those that may be a bit younger, man, listen, Vince Carter is the best dunker of all time. No questions, hand down. I don't care what you heard. I don't care what you've seen. If you haven't seen Vince Carter, his YouTube clips, you are not looking hard enough. I promise you. Vince Carter, in my opinion, is by far the best dunker in NBA history. It was nothing that man didn't do as far as just being a physical specimen of an athlete since the North Carolina days. Like, he was dunking on people something vicious in the North Carolina days, you know what I mean? And before Vince Carter, I would have to argue that Jerry Stackhouse might have been the best dunker to come out of North Carolina. I don't even know anymore because I have to say Vince Carter may be one, and you know Jerry might be 1B. I'm not sure. Jordan could be in that conversation as well. We could keep this conversation going all day. But to me, Vince Carter, man, yo, Toronto, he was a beast. Um, every every time, you know, whether it be regular season basketball or just something like the slam dunk contest, Vince was impressive all the way around. Chauncey Billups, what a point guard, man. What a point guard. What a point guard. I'm glad he got his championship when he did with the Detroit Pistons, even though it was at the expense of our LA Lakers. You know what I mean? But we're gonna salute you for that, you know what I mean, Chauncey, because you really did earn that chip. Now he's making his mark as the head coach for Portland. And
Yeah.
man, uh, yo, man, and of course Vince still does media these days. Man, salute to all three of these gentlemen. Very much so earned. I cannot say that enough. We all knew that this day was coming for especially Vince Carter and Chauncey Billups. With the coaches, I really don't be knowing so much
Yeah.
when they're gonna put the coaches in the Hall of Fame and what the guidelines are for that. But obviously Doug Collins was a hell of a coach. I don't really remember him as a player, but I definitely remember his work as a coach. Um, but yeah, man, salute to all three of these guys. Definitely well earned, man.
Yeah, man. It's funny getting back to Vince Carter. You know, when I think of before I saw him, to me, obviously Jordan, I would put up there as one of the greatest dunkers of all time.
Yeah,
Definitely Dominique Wilkins. Wilkins, who grew up in
that's a
Washington,
fact. That's a fact.
North Carolina. I'm not sure if he's from there. It said, according to Wikipedia, he was born in Paris, France, but obviously grew up in North Carolina and stuff like that. And I just like it don't get any better than Dominique Wilkins. And then Vince Carter comes along, and you're talking about just the electrifying excitement that he brings to a basketball game. And I mean, well, if I'm not mistaken, he played till he was like 40,
Yes,
40,
22 seasons or something like that.
I mean, that is just a blessing on its own.
Yeah,
And then, like you said, with Chauncey Billups, man, salute to him. Like you said, when we got destroyed by Detroit, at the expense of our Lakers, I'm like, oh, I hate Chauncey in Detroit, but you definitely had the respect for him because we didn't have our stuff together that series, and
yeah,
stuff like that. And with Doug Collins, man, I mean, he's a legend in his own right. And man, it's just good to see. One quick thing that I love about the basketball Hall of Fame is that, unlike football, you get to see their faces just by the nature of the game. So it's like you have more of a connection with them. Some of the people and another quick thing too, basketball don't seem to play these games and wait 50,000 years to put people into the Hall of Fame. Some of them like the coaches and stuff like that, but I'm speaking more so for the players. Or whatever. They don't wait 30,000 years to put them in the Hall of Fame. With football, I mean, it's nothing like on a freaking August to see somebody who played in the 70s just now getting into the Hall of Fame. I'm like, what? They ain't coming back to play. You're going to wait till they damn near dead before you put them in the Hall of Fame. NBA don't play around. It's like, yo, dude, once you're done, you get your little 5 years and, yo, let's go. Like, it ain't no messing around, man.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
and the thing with the NBA Hall of Fame, them Hall of Fame classes, they be mob deep.
yeah.
And I get it. The footballs are way shorter because the longer speeches and stuff like that. But I love the Basketball Hall of Fame. It's really the Basketball Hall of Fame, not the NBA Hall of Fame. But y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely happy for these three gentlemen. Well deserved, man. Salute to everybody, man. Salute to everybody be watching this podcast each and every week, every time we drop, every other week. How we be dropping, how you catching the clips, YouTube, Instagram. Yo, we don't care. We just appreciate the support, man. We really, really do. You know what I mean? Keep the love coming, bro. Please, please, please.
Appreciate it.
We got some interesting things coming up. You know what I mean? Within the next time y'all see us film, we're gonna really be because the NBA gonna be popping off. I'm gonna come with some throwback topics, you know what I mean? And you know, I was thinking, man, it's so many teams this year with the NBA, Corey, that I'm just so anxious to see. I'm hearing that one what's the ball brother out there in Chicago?
Oh,
Lonzo. I think Lonzo gonna be coming back this
yeah,
year.
you got Lonzo coming back.
I'm hoping he be healthy. We got the return of Ja Morant coming this year. I'm hoping that he keeps his nose clean and stays healthy. Um, I'm hearing Charlotte added some new pieces. Don't know how good they're gonna be, but I want to see how that they come out this year. Man, I'm just excited to see if
Yeah,
Greek Freak and and Mr.
Damian.
And Mr. Dame Time can get their chemistry down. I'm really anxious to see how Dallas is going to pan out with the addition of Klay Thompson. I'm really hyped, bro, for
Some
this
good stuff.
NBA season. It's some good stuff coming this season. I can't wait to report on it. This is going to be insane, man. So y'all really stay tuned with these next few weeks. It's going to get crazy. I promise. I promise. I promise. Yo, man, salute to the Yankees real quick. You know what I mean?
Oh
Trying to make
yeah,
that,
yeah, you guys, yeah.
trying to make that run. I want to speak on it, because
Don't want to jinx them.
every time I speak on it, even when I don't speak on it, they just do typical Yankee stuff. You know what I mean? So we're gonna
It
keep
said
our
that
eye.
Aaron Judge, I think Aaron Judge got his first home run
He
yesterday,
did
if I'm not mistaken.
first postseason home run. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So yeah, hopefully we can continue that hot bat and just keep it going. You know
I
what I
want
mean?
to see y'all go against the Dodgers so bad. I'm really hoping that that's the World Series. Y'all still got to take care of business though, but that's what I want to see.
I think more people are waiting to see if we're going to take on the Mets.
Yo,
That Subway Series, you know what I mean? They
boy,
want that. They
yeah,
want that. They
yeah. I
want
mean,
that.
if y'all meet up against the Mets now, that's going to be a tough one.
They want that.
I
They
can't
want
believe I
that.
thought I ever say that in my life. The daggone Yankees going up against the Mets going to be a tough one.
It's always fuck the Mets, by the way. You know what I mean? But the Mets have been trash my entire life. Within the past few years, they've gotten better. But my whole life, the Mets have just stunk it up. So I never have any respect for the Mets as long as I'm a Yankee fan. No, I just won't. I just won't. But in all seriousness, though, they're a good baseball team. Good baseball team.
There you
So
go.
we'll see. Yo, man. Yo, know how we end this thing each and every time, right? We gonna do it the way we came in. Peace.